guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, on this channel we talk about law of attraction, spiritual development, and making you believe that all things are possible one step at a time. And today I'm here to update you on my 1-year breast implant removal video. It's been about 5 or 6 months, maybe, that I have updated you guys last on this, I think. I just feel or felt, not only was I busy, but once you hit a certain point, you're no longer really showing a big change because you've already kind of settled into your new place of where you'll be. And yeah, so I didn't really feel like there was much to update. I think if anything, it was more of a mental thing, which, like I've said in all my other videos, the biggest thing that we are going to come into removing our breast implants is our mind. And it's not so much the outside perspective of what we're going to get it. Like, that's a big part, but like not really. Because we think that that's the overall judgment of what we're going to get and how we're going to feel about our new bodies, and how other people perceive us. But if you feel a certain way about yourself, it does not matter what anyone else thinks. Like, I don't know how to stress that enough, but your mind is the most powerful thing that you can have over your own life. And if you feel a certain way about yourself, if that's in a negative sense, other people are going to, you're going to attract that. We'll say you're going to attract that negativity, and you're going to attract those people into your life to not like your body, because guess what? You don't like it either. So why is someone going to come into your life and be like, yeah, I love your body, but then you're like, yeah, I fucking hate it. You know what I mean? So as going for a year update, I'll quickly just touch base on what I look like. And I'm not going to show because it's unnecessary at this point. I'll either link videos, or you can go back to all my healing videos, because I show what I actually look like, and I still look like that to this day. I'm still flat. I don't have very much breast tissue at all. And I have struggled a little bit because I did find out over time that my muscles, they were cut during surgery when I got the implants in, for the implants to fit properly. And I supposedly got put back together. My muscles got put, like, sutured back together when I got them removed, and they slipped and went back to where they originally were when my breast implants were in. So I do have muscle detachment, and I have gone to a couple surgeons about this, and basically they said that if I went through muscle repair surgery, that they would just end up doing the same exact thing, where they would just go back to where they were cut. Yeah, so that sucks, because I have dents, not like really noticeable dents, but they are there, and they move a lot. So since my muscles are over here and not attached, if I flex or do anything, they are jumping and moving, and it's very, very uncomfortable. So yeah, so anyways, that's just basically what I look like, and that's my story. And I know that's probably not what most people want to hear, but I know that people have gone through muscle detachments, or going through caved areas and dents, and maybe not know why. And that's probably why. They probably had to cut you during surgery to get the implants to fit. And maybe they didn't put your muscles back together, and they're just where they are. Or maybe you're like me, where they put them back together and they slipped out of place. So that is basically it for how I look. Now, I am still going to the gym and still trying to build a little bit of muscle in that area, just to kind of fill it out a little bit more, because I am pretty bony. I don't have a lot of body fat on me to begin with, and if I eat a lot, it still doesn't make a difference. If I'm in the gym training, I can grow muscle to a certain extent, but it's not going to change the overall look of my chest. Like, I'm not going to get B-size boobs when I have 0 body fat or, you know, what have you. And not only that, like I said, my muscles are out of place, so I can't build too much muscle in an area that there's no muscle. So it's just going to stay bony. But I can only do what I can. So like I said, going through this process is more so a mental thing, because if we are going to think so negatively about ourselves and about our new bodies, we are not going to feel confident within ourselves. That is going to show. You are ultimately going to be miserable. If you think that boobs is your only savior in life to confidence, then I don't think anyone can help you. And I'm saying that in the most like sentimental way, because obviously we all get implants at one point because we think that that's going to change our outlook on ourselves and how other people are going to perceive us and how we are viewed sexy and feminine. I guess getting the boobs removed, I have come over a new perspective of myself and how I view feminine and sexy looks and what I think that is. Now, another part of me that didn't want to post about my healing process is because I was still going through a lot of healing in my mind about how I viewed myself or the aspect of having boobs. I'm not really sure how to explain this, because making videos about how you're supposed to just be very confident within yourself and love yourself for exactly who you are and your natural self and how we were born, I still think boobs are beautiful. And although these toxic bags have caused a lot of harm to people, I still had thoughts going through my head where I wanted boobs. Even going through everything that I went through, all the money, all the, you know, whatever it was, I say that if I was a man, I'd be a boob guy. I would, because I think boobs are great. And I didn't want to explain that to people because I don't want to come off contradicting, or that I'm trying to explain one way and then I'm just gonna be like, yeah, but I want boobs, but you should be thinking this way. I think it's okay. I think it's okay to want certain things for yourself, and I think in this lifetime we should be able to do whatever we want that makes us happy. And unfortunately, even when you're trying to put yourself out there and help people, you're still going to be judged regardless. And that's something that like I have to put to the side, that I can end up helping like 50 people, but then there can be like 2 people that are like, fuck off, you should die because you shouldn't think like that, and blah, 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 blah. But it's all people's opinions and perspectives of things. And that's fine, because we're all uniquely different and we all have different mindsets, which is, you know, we're not all programmed to be exactly the same and think exactly the same. We just have other people out there that can guide us into a different thinking pattern that may help us more on our journey, if that makes sense. So it's like I want to express to you guys that in my mind, I still want boobs. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. Okay? Whoever's gonna, knock me right now or not say something in the comments, like, it's okay. It's okay. Because in all reality, if someone's gonna come at me and say that's wrong, they might want boobs too. You might want boobs too, But I've been through that process, and, down the road, who heckin' knows what I'm gonna end up doing. But it's my body. So whatever I choose, I understand the consequences. I understand everything. But as of right now, I adore myself. I really do. I have gone through this process to really understand what's important, of course, and just have a new look on how I view myself. And going through the process of removing the boobs, I was single, and I did have a little fear that someone wasn't going to love me for my chest because it not only was flat, but like I don't have my regular old anatomy body. Things move differently and whatever. So, but that was my fear that I was putting in my head, that I wasn't going to be loved a certain way. And until I started really appreciating what I had, that it could have been worse. Anything could have been worse. I could be dead. I wouldn't even have, this chance at life or whatever. So, you got to put those things into perspective. I started loving myself a lot, like more than I ever have. So it's like I'm very, very grateful for this whole entire process, because it has made me love myself so authentically that I think that allowed someone to come into my life, because I ended up feeling this way for myself. And it's, whatever you put out, you attract, and everything works out that way. I have other videos on that if you really want to, get all spiritual. But I ended up finding someone, and we have been together for a little while now, and he makes me feel so goddamn beautiful. And I could not be more grateful for this man. And I just fully appreciate him. And the whole point of me just explaining that little bit is just, don't be afraid that you're not going to find someone because you don't have tits. You don't have a sack of fat on your chest or a sack of bags. Appearance is always one thing. Obviously, you're going to attract someone by your appearance. That's just how it works. But your personality and what you have to offer will shine so much brighter than your appearance. What you can give out from your heart I know it doesn't make sense, because we live in a world that is solely based on looks, but I kid you not, like, go around someone that has such a beautiful energy and soul and is just so kind. And if they aren't the ideal, like, 10 out of 10 scale, they will be an 11 out of 10 for what they have to offer. It literally it just shines a bright light, like, from your body. You just emanate this light, and people see that. And if you can find that within yourself, to really love yourself, and then just be so kind to others, like, that's going to make a bigger difference than having boobs on your chest. That's probably the best way that I can explain that. And I hope that makes sense. But it's not all about looks. And I know. Just, I know. But it's not. And when you find someone that accepts your heart and treats you like a fucking queen, like, you'll understand. Just be authentically yourself and just fucking love yourself, because you are worth it. You are so gosh dang worth it. And I truly mean that. I have spent so many years, you know, hating myself back then, you know. And it just doesn't make sense to live your life so miserable. And I know I'm kind of getting off topic because we were talking about boobs, but like I said, it's all about your mind and how we can reverse that thinking pattern to be this new version of yourself. And I think everyone can do this, because I have brought myself out of very, 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 very dark places. So I know it's possible. And I know that if I can do it, that anyone can do it. Everything is a habit. We create these habits based off of situations and traumas that we've been through. And what we see on social media, because for some reason we can spend 3 hours scrolling on our phone, but we can't spend 3 hours dedicating that time to ourselves through meditation, yoga, journaling, whatever self-healing that we can do on ourselves. And that's why we have these thought patterns that just stick, and then we just constantly beat ourselves down. If you are following pages that are going to bring you down, you need to unfollow those pages. You need to go through a social media detox and really start healing within for that to come out. And guess what? In the end, boobs won't matter. You don't have to believe me. I'm just giving you some insight on how it worked out for me, and that it could work out for you. But you'll never know if you don't try. So that's basically it. I'll try to link. I'm really not like good at this stuff to like link all the stuff in the bio. I tried that at one point, but you know what? It's a lot of work. I just don't want to do it. But I have tons of other videos of my healing process. So if you are going through this, please go watch those. And yeah, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope that whatever you are going through mentally, that you can get through it with your head held high. But you got to start doing the work for yourself. You really need to start going within and seeing why we are thinking this way. Why are we judging ourselves so much? Why? Because when you break away from that social media and that viewpoint of what we're supposed to look like, then you're only focused on yourself. But then when you start focusing only on yourself, then you start focusing on your growth and where you used to be to where you are now. Not looking at to where you are now and where that person is. What is that going to do for you? Who is that? You know, like, do you know them? No. And everything's fake on social media, so keep that in mind. But that was it. I hope you take something away from this video. I don't know how much I rambled or how much it even made sense, but I hope it helps someone, and that's all that matters to me. So until my next video, I hope you stay true, and namaste.